Okay, so I lost power. I was actually, trying to actually just put some power in it, and at the instant I went over to, well, it shut off. So that's just how it is, I guess. By the way, in regards of if you have dandruff and all that, the cap is not good. At least not a closed cap. Usually I do walk with an open cap, more open, but that's pretty, it's pretty torn out, but you can see through it. So it's, at least it's a lot better. It would be nice with a cap that actually is just totally open at the top. I would still need it for my headlight. That's just the primary reason why I have a cap. It's because of the headlight. Now, if you're in Israel and all that, you want the cap to protect you from the sun, so you're not getting sun in your eyes, because I hate using sunglasses. I think that there might actually also be some issues with that. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. We're going pretty good, and we're actually nearly done. And I printed out some Danish things that I need to read as well, and get going in regards of calling different people. Let's see if my dentist wants to give me diflucan. That would be nice if I could get. It would be like 31 diflucans, 100 milligrams. That would be enough for 2 weeks. I'm not sure how expensive that is going to be, but hopefully that would do a good amount of damage to the fungus. So, what were we? Mold is a fungus. Let's just move this up there. Single cell, a yeast. Yeah. Where did we go? We got with Doug Kaufman, right? Doug Kaufman lecture on the role of fungal mycotoxins in cancer was outstanding. Most direct, get to the point, and relevant lecture for why we're getting sick. He wrote many books on fungus, including the germ that causes cancer. So again, Doug Kaufman is a Roman papist, but he knows his stuff in regards to fungus. Just be aware of the pagan bullshit and all that from, Romanism. But besides that, he has huge amount of good information on fungus. And as you can hear, he's also, teaching other doctors about fungus. So, I'm not. He seems to talk about he's not traveling as much as he did before, but anyway, whatever. Some of the he has the video show on the internet now, and he's also on television and all that, spreading the information about fungus being the issue. This I just took some more vitamin C, so I took 30 pills of vitamin C just to just to help if there's any. I think I remember that vitamin C helps to remove toxins and so forth from the body. And I've taken another one of nystatin and all that. And I'll just have to get through it. Some of the highlights of his lecture include, and some say that vitamin C is also antifungals, by the way, and vitamin D, and Doug Kaufman are talking about different things that are antifungals. Apparently a lot of things are antifungal, but of course we want the very, very best of things to. But anyway, the problem of course is the vitamin C I have. I'm not sure what source it actually is from, and that can be a thing as well, apparently. Anyway, some of the highlights of his lecture include the American Cancer Society defines fungal mycotoxins, so that's actually fungal and fungal poison, as genotoxic carcinogens. So again, it's something in regards of cancer. Genotoxic, that would be geno, I guess, maybe in regards to the genes, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Again, let's not speak English, right? Let's see what it says. Genotoxic. No, we don't have. I do have some other things that I've downloaded in regards to medical things here. I haven't really found one that I really, the stupidity that all these programs that you need to go into one program, another program, and so forward. Apparently it doesn't have genotoxic, apparently. Let's try another one. So it's just insane that, or stupid that you don't just can't have all the things in. Do I need an account for this? Or give me a break. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Delete. That's just incredible. You need an account to use an application. You have to be kidding me. I haven't checked them for spyware, by the way, but you know, who knows if there's spyware in some of these applications as well. Because this is a bullshit world, and with a lot of bullshit where they're stealing the information from the people. And anyway, even in applications they actually pay for, and they put spyware in the applications. I have 3 applications on my phone that actually has genotoxic. At least that's nice. So at least one of them seem to work. Let's see here. Denoting a substance that by damaging DNA may cause mutation or cancer. Genotoxic. Interesting that the other one wouldn't have that. No. Well, let's just throw it out then. That was easy, I guess. Let's go with the other one if we can't even get the word, you know. So, that was easy, I guess. You know, one that couldn't log in and another that... it seems pretty good. I'm not sure if it works offline, but maybe you need to pay for that. Let's see here, about 30 days left. Okay, so this is a trial period. Well, I guess so. I have 30 days to try it out. Let's see if there's any spyware in it, you know. Usually there sadly seems to sometimes be these things in these applications. It's very, very, very sad. I know I have one that is so the question is, does it find any more than one? Oh, that seems pretty clean. Maestro. It's very sad that they have spyware in that, because it actually is a pretty good program. But of course, spyware, I should really get in there and give them 1 star for that bullshit, you know. I actually gave them 5 stars for the application and the idea, because it's actually really, really done really good in regards of making music. It's done in the way I would have liked to have it, and yet they put spyware in there. Oh, I don't know. So anyway, let's get back. I can complain a lot, I know. Some of the highlights of his lecture include the American Cancer Society defines fungal mycotoxins. And he's just saying fungal 2 times. You know, myco means, you know, we can actually go back to this program. I have 30 days, right? Let's see if we can look up myco. Myco. Just so much easier in regards of my my N8, my Nokia N8, where you had all the you know, one program, and you just installed, you know, each one of them. Fungus, as you can see also my seed and all that. Actually looks like a pretty good program, this one. Yeah, anyway. But then I also had the medical book. I really didn't use it that much, but you know, sometimes I think I actually did use it a little. But again, it was, you know, I just put it in the last bit of yeah. So some of the highlights of his lecture include the American Cancer Society defines fungal mycotoxins as genotoxic carcinogens. And we can also take I guess this one. I don't know if it actually... No, it sadly doesn't just look up the word. There's only one dictionary that actually I have that does that. And they changed the icon because of Google crazy as usual. And yeah. That was just the best icon that was on the phone, and they changed it. Any cancer producing substance or organism such as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons or agents such as certain types of irradiation, carcinogen, whatever. My head is a little flipsy or whatever you want to call it. I'm not hanging totally in there in regards of I guess it's killing a lot of fungi down there, and yeah. Anyway, so the American Cancer Society defines fungal mycotoxins as genotoxic carcinogens. Fungal exposure has been greatly accelerated by sealing our homes. heat air conditioned system that encourage a mold growth, erroneous promotion of grains in food pyramid charts over the last 70 years. And again, I remember that from my school. I really don't feel that good, you know. I guess it's the period of the harsh die-off, I guess, of the fungal or the fungi. So at least it seems to work then, you know. Increased alcohol consumption, the uncontrolled wide use of antibiotics on animal and humans, and medications. Increased alcohol consumption, the uncontrolled wide use of antibiotics on animals and humans, and medications. So fungal mycotoxins was again, you know, two times fungal poison are genotoxic, mutagens, immunosuppressive, trimogenic. There we go with all this bullshit words, you know, instead of just saying it outright. Let's see what it is. It's really bad that it doesn't look up the word, you know, directly. Don't tell me there's no tremo. Oh, give me a break. What is wrong with these programs, you know? I should have tried the other one that I deleted then. To see if... That's stupid. If I need to have more dictionaries to... give me a break. Let's see here. Let's try to restore that one. And... yeah, by the way, I tried some of these applications, these games. It's bullshit of all of it, pretty much, you know. So, not anything good in that. That was pretty quick to... Okay, let's try to fix the word here. Oh my. I'm not feeling so... I'm feeling worse than usual, that's for sure. Uh-oh, how do we paste it in? Come on, paste. Come on, no results either. Oh, come on. This is a medical dictionary and you don't have the programs in there. You've got to be kidding me. Apparently just a waste of time, apparently. I don't know why the word wouldn't be there. Maybe if I like do this. So he's using a word that apparently doesn't seem to be in that's hemogenic. I guess we'll just use Google or something like that. You got to be kidding me, you know? Why not just use an English word instead of that I need to sit here and try to figure out what it is? Trimogenic mycotoxin intoxication. Are metabolites produced by fungi that cause neurotoxicosis in dogs. Oh, only in dogs, not man. Huh? Anyway, well, it's interesting when you see how some of the things they use for animals seems to be much more sensible than what they give in man. Oh. I could feel a lot better, that's for sure. It's a kind of strange feeling. I'm not sure, you know, it's not like a feeling that I'm going to puke, but yeah, I'm the nystatin must be working. Interesting that I didn't really feel any, you know, not anything big the first 2 days. So I guess it's now just hitting the fungi really hard or something like that, or maybe overloading the system with toxins because of the explosion of fungi. So I don't know. Animal lovers know most dogs don't have discerning taste. It's like, you know, a little hot, you know, feeling warm. I don't know why. I'm feeling pretty hot. I guess maybe the immune system could be, you know, responding or something like that and making me a little heated. I don't know. I had to open the window in the night. I was just feeling warm. And not that sometimes I open the window and all that, but just interesting that I would be so heated and have a little of the heart, that bangs a little, and having the sense, maybe having some sense of a puke feeling, that seems like to be in the background, that maybe I need to go to the toilet and puke. Not that it's not that much, just a little sense of that kind of sense. So so here we have 3 organic mycotoxins for dogs and cats. Moldy paste, moldy walnuts and peanuts, moldy dairy foods, and stored grains. Yeah, well, it's pretty much the same with us, right? In regards to some other things. Even items that are potential toxic and even lethal, some of these would be toxins, are compounds called thermogenic mycotoxins. Okay, many pet parents have never heard of them, so this week I've dedicated time to spread information about this toxicity. If you find the post helpful, I hope you will share in with other pet parents. Happy reading. So it's something in regards to mold. The thermogenic mycotoxins, fungus poison, are secondary metabolites. I still have a problems in regards to this word metabolites. What it actually totally does, mean. Any substance involved in metabolism, either as a product of metabolism or as a necessary of again, what is it, the organic processes in a cell or organism that are necessary for life. Is it in regards of this digesting the food and the things that is coming out of you afterwards, or maybe if like a cinnamon, maybe. Let's see here. Do we have like my brain my brain doesn't really seem to be with me at the moment. I seem to be let's see, Taros metabolism. Oh, give me. Oh, no. Oh, that's incredible. It can't be tied already. Metabolism. Nope. Again, on the Nokia N8, where I have Merriam-Webster, you just had one program and I could search multiple dictionaries at the same time. This is just waste of metabolism. And just stupid to sit there and go into one program, then another program, and then another program to search on the exact same thing, Have to be kidding me. These things, it's just incredible how stupid, some other things are made in nowadays. So the thermogenic mycotoxins are secondary metabolites that have the ability to produce clinical effects that vary depending on seasoning, growing conditions, and the specific implicated mold. At least 20 mycotoxins have been identified as thermogens. Penicillium, that's one of where they get the antibiotics from. Anyway, Penicillium species are most often incriminated in producing thermogenic mycotoxins, fungus poison. The most common being Penetrim A and Rogue 14C. The exact mechanism of actions of various thermogens is unknown. Thermogenic mycotoxins. What does intoxication look like? Veterinarians will suspect thermogenic mycotoxicosis in any pet with compatible clinical history and consistent clinical signs. Tremoring dogs with a known or suspected history of ingesting compost, garbage, or moldy food within 2 hours before the onset of signs should be considered prime suspect. Clinical signs may be observed within 1 to 2 hours of thermogen ingestion. but may also be delayed for several hours. Common clinical signs include vomiting, elevated body temperature, drooling, vocalization, not sure what that is, involuntary tight closure of the eyelids, excitability, elevated respiratory rate, weakness, hypertension, or of the extremities, unsteadiness while walking, called ectasia, elevated heart rate, muscle fasciculation. I do wonder, maybe it's actually, it seems like some of the symptoms I have at the moment. Oh, anyway, whatever. Some of them anyway. Let's see what it's. I really feel drained of energy at the moment. It's just incredible. I feel like I'm tired. Oh my, I really feel tired. This is incredible. Oh my, that's incredible. So muscle fascia, yeah, that must be the thing. Bundle of muscle surrounding by perimucin. No, that doesn't see. I don't know. I thought it would be something else. Oh, I'm tired. Weakness. Hyperextension of the extremities, unsteadiness while walking, called ectasia, elevated heart rate, muscle fasciculation. Again, I still don't know what that is. Sometimes it's just incredible that some of these symptoms, I remember reading in regards to mycotoxins and all that, and what some of these antifungals also, what you can get of symptoms. And these symptoms that you can get by these antifungals, which they, I tried to ask them, couldn't these symptoms that you get by taking antifungals actually have something to do with in regards of mycotoxins? So muscle fasciculation, a muscle twitch, is a small local involuntary muscle contraction and relaxation. I guess that might be what I had in my left leg. I don't know, but muscle contraction and relaxation, which may be visible on the skin, I guess I don't know if that's the thing. But anyway, spasm in some sense. Yeah, I don't know. So, let's go back to it. So, fungal mycotoxins or fungal poisons are genotoxic, mutagens, immunosuppressive. That means it's suppressive of the immune system. Tremogenic, which was in regards of... I can't remember. What was it? It was something in regards of poisoning, right? In regards of, doing something apparently, a tremogene screen that specifically identifies and quantifies tremogens include penetrem A and ROGA14C is available at some reference laboratories. See the video below to observe a dog with tremogenic mycotoxic, so we can look at the dog and see what it is, I guess. It probably doesn't have it so good. Oh, this is running too slow because I'm recording at the same time. Ah, okay. That dog doesn't look like it has it good.
Good girl.
Yep, that seems to be. I guess that would make sense that it might be a toxin from a mycotoxin. These toxins are just incredible. In our society, just feeding these fungi with the food sources and the destruction of food sources, the drinking of alcohol, the gobbling up of sugar and antibiotics and all that. We are a sick society. It's really sick. Trimorganic mycotoxins, how is intoxication treated? Goals of therapy for patients with tremorganic mycotoxicosis are tremor and seizure control, gastrointestinal decontamination, and stabilization. Okay. A class of drugs called benzodiazepines are first-line medication for controlling tremors. Those with severe intoxications often also require infusion of muscle relaxant called methocarbamol. But anyway, it looked very bad in regards to the dog, that's for sure, you know. Very, very bad. So here we go. When dogs and cats eat molded foods, there is a potential for them to be intoxicated by poisons called tremorganic mycotoxins. With early and aggressive identification and intervention, the prognosis is good and long-term sequelae or something like that aren't expected. So again, we see the effect of mold in regards of being bad, being very bad, having a lot of effects that we... So it's neurotoxic as well. Let's see if we can find that in the dictionary. Probably not, but let's try. Poisonous to nerves or nerve cells. Okay. And we have nephrotoxic. Yeah, you could just... toxic to the kidney. And, you know, fungus is pretty much just toxic to everything, you know. So that's nephrotoxic. Hepatotoxic, I think that's the liver. Let's try see. Toxic to the liver, hepatotoxic. Now learning some of these words, you know. I've listened to Doc Kaufman a lot of hours, you know. Just have it in the background and listening to him talk. And, he uses some of these words and then he explains them sometimes. And that's... of course, something that helps as well to get it more... I really feel tired. That's incredible. I feel... Yeah. Oh well. Causing blood poisoning. Okay, so hemotoxic is in regards to the blood. And cardiotoxic... then we have lymphotoxic. That would of course be the lymph, I would guess. Cardiotoxic. Let's see the other. Cardiotoxic, having a deleterious effect on the action of the heart due to... Okay, so that's in regards to the cardio, the heart apparently. Again, I guess this must be something in regards of Latin again. Cardiotoxic, lymphotoxic, and dermatotoxic. Let's see what that is. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I should take a swim. You know, it might help on getting things out of the system. I don't know. Dermatotoxic, dermatodynia, Okay, so I guess if we just search on dermato, we can then put the toxic on it, you know, ourselves. So, skin. So dermato, so skin toxic. So yeah, so and that's the thing in regards of all these studs that I now have on my arms. Let's see if I can. Show it, but of course it just, you know, some people just have those dots, you know, without any problem, but these dots pretty much, you know, came around with my issues, you know. You can see the dots. I guess it's a little hard on the camera, but you can see the dots are all over my... well, it's maybe a little hard to see, but usually I didn't have these dots, and after it got up to my breast and then went out in my arms, and then the dots came around, and then of course after the explosion it just became worse, and then I got spots other places on my body as well. Actually, you know, it first moved up to my breast, after this thing exploded underneath my ribs and turned around my breast and made a U-turn down my breast, and apparently went into that. And I remember one breast first I had, I think must have been swollen lymph nodes or something like that. And first one breast became swollen. I could feel these hard, small things in my breast, and then I couldn't feel it in the other breast. But the next day, the other breast also had, these. So I guess it must have been lymph nodes or something like that. That must have swollen up. I'm not sure. Anyway, then I got these weird lightnings through my breast, and I ended up getting to one of these heart doctors to check my heart, because I was like, what is going on here? And then I got all these spots, on the skin. So anyway, so it came, there seemed to be a correlation in regards to these two. And of course, when it exploded totally, the spots and the itch pretty much came, were going together. So really bad. And so I don't know where the damage is coming from. If it's mycotoxins, I guess it could be mycotoxins making the damage in the skin itself. And again, if you're releasing babies and you want them to survive, well, you would probably also release a lot of toxins to the host, right? So the immune system gets further suppressed and have issues with that, so that your babies have a higher chance of surviving. That makes totally sense, I think. Because again, it seems like the dots and the itch is not totally, it's related, but it's not, on my hand, having my right hand and itching on the right hand, the right hand doesn't really have that, have that damage or these dots, but the other hand have gotten a couple of these brown spots, and that's itching as well. So it's, both of them are itching. So again, the itching and I would think that the spots are probably from mycotoxins, and the itch is probably from fungi growing in my skin, and the crawling in this, I don't know, in the flesh, it's very sad. But I don't know how deep it actually is in regards to, I don't know. It's, again, trying some diflucan would be wonderful to see what would happen, including my eyes, my itch, and my nose, and my dandruff as well. If my dandruff disappears, if my floaters disappears, if my itching disappears after taking diflucan, well, what is the cause? Well, the cause would be fungi, of course. And of course, these symptoms in regards of dandruff is fungus related, itching is fungus related, eye floaters, I think, most likely fungus related. It looks like Candida albicans, but no, everybody have floaters in their eyes. Oh, really? Really? What excuse? These white coats, people are full of bullshit. They're full of crap, stinking crap, overflowing with stinking crap, smelling. Oh, anyway, whatever. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of. Because I could have been fixed. I could have been fixed very early on if they just knew what they, if they just could diagnose me correctly instead of misdiagnosing me. And in regards to me, it hasn't been so serious as, dying off. I had many years still ongoing after my issues and all that. But some people are dying because of that misdiagnosing, it's just utter insane. Fungal mycotoxins are genotoxic mutagens. Let's just take that again. Genotoxic mutagens, immunosuppressive. What was genotoxic? Oh, that was in regards to the DNA or something like that, right? Immunosuppressive, in regards to the immune system, suppressing the immune system. And again, the tools that the fungi. Doc Kaufman talks about something in regards to the white blood cells actually working for the fungus, where they can actually end up working for the fungi, and where he says they make a deal. I'm actually not sure that the that the immune system actually makes a deal with them, but the fungi might have some poison that affects the immune system to make them do something that they would normally do. You can see on insects how that works. If you look on insects, how the parasite or the fungi can control the host and make it do weird things, like protecting that was a parasite, I think, where they live in this lava, and eat and grow and all that, and apparently they do something to this lava, that when they at some point they just come out of the lava. It's really incredible that it survives. Just hole after hole, these things digs out of this worm, and after this has happened, this lava. After this, the lava will protect the eggs and actually make this extra protection for them and all that. That's one of the examples. Of course, that wouldn't be directly, but who knows? In regards to the parasite, maybe using some kind of fungus thing, or in any case, it seems like some of the ways that the fungi also can control, flies, fruit flies, where a fungi will, be attached to a fruit fly, and it will grow and it will control it, make the fruit fly goes high up and bore it down itself and die, and fix it with its wings up, and then the fungi will begin to shoot out of the body of the fruit fly. It's incredible how the same with a lot of other animals, where it's just incredible. So if our immune system is helping the fungi to go around in our body, that might be because the fungi might actually do something to manipulate the immune cells. Now, besides that, it seems like they can destroy immune cells, and they can hide from there are so many weird things that these fungi can do to get around the immune system. It's so diabolical, and that's why we want it to be killed. So, also because it makes havoc in your body and makes your life miserable and all that. So nephrotoxic, hepatotoxic, that was in regards to the liver, right? Hemotoxic was in regards to the blood. Cardiotoxic was in regards to the heart. And think about it, you have people getting heart problems, and they might be drinking, right? Alcohol. And what is mycotoxins? Well, the alcohol, is made by a fungi. So lymphotoxic, in regards to the lymph being toxic to the, and I think after it came up in my breast, it seems also to go other places in my lymph system, so making issues. It's just a weird, there's a huge amount of weird things going on, and again, if you begin to talk about them to the doctor, he will just totally discount you. It's just incredible, because these issues seems to be, and they will just say, oh, it's just everybody has that and all of that. And reading other stories where you have these, just incredible, totally incompetent system. Oh, that's just normal. Everybody has that, And then the person will just go around, oh, well, everybody has that. Oh, it's just me that is crazy, and then not fixing the issue, more issues will come, because the issue is not fixed. And if it's a fungus issue, well, it will probably spread and grow into more and more into this devious monster of which is hard to kill off. Anyway, and dermatotoxic, that was in regards to the skin. So we have aflatoxin B1, AFB1 is the most hepatotoxic carcinogen, also in regards to the liver, and also the most common food in peanuts and all grains. Let's see here. Yeah, toxic to the liver. Hepatotoxic. Again, using all these words instead of just saying liver toxic, liver poison. It is poisonous to the liver. Could we say that in English? Yeah, we could. it's poisonous to the lymph system. It is poisonous to the heart. It is poisonous to the blood. It is poisonous, to we probably what do we call nephrotoxic? What was nephrotoxic? I can't remember that. It's toxic to the kidneys. Okay, it's toxic to the. Oh, what was it? I do wonder what that is actually. To the nerves or nerve cells. What defines nerve and nerve cells? I'm not entirely sure. And traumatogenic in regards of the shaking, I guess, in regards of this sickness. Traumatogenic, I guess, must be something in regards of shaking. Again, I would have liked to have more of a definition on it. Let's see if we can get a paste and go and definition of it. A little better than we had. Definition. There we go. Traumatogenic, no, that's not the same. This is tremogenic. Traumatogenic in regards of heat, no, it's incredible that we don't have more hits on the other definition. Apparently it's maybe not that used word or what, I don't know. Let's try Google. Traumatogenic, yep. Victionary. It actually says causing tremors. Okay, causing tremors. And tremors is just, I guess, the shaking of something. Tremor or rhythms. She felt a tremor in the stomach before going on stage. Okay, it's like an earthquake. Did you feel the tremor this morning? Yeah, okay. Shake, quiver, or vibration. Uncontrollable bodily shaking. And I remember Doc Kaufman talking about antibiotics also can do that. But of course it's poison as well. So, from fungus. So that makes sense. From mold. And as we saw, the dogs are eating things that have mold. So that makes sense that of course they could get issues. Actually, I'm somewhat hungry again for meat. Oh, yeah, 800. Of course, I've been on the toilet and all that, and yeah, already hungry again. That seems to maybe also be a thing in regards to the fungi, actually, because it's stealing your food and it wants more food, So you yourself are not getting all the nutrients that you actually get into the body because the fungi steals it, and it seems like it can be stealing it in the gut itself and in the body, because if it's local in the gut and systemic in the body, well, there you have two where it can steal your your things, and thereby you're not going to feel so well. And then of course it will puke all the toxins in your body that your system needs to deal with as well. So it makes sense that you wouldn't feel top dollar, So anyway, okay, so in regards of shaking and all that, I'm getting there. I'm feeling it. I'm getting there. I'm getting more understanding of these different words for sure. Perhaps it's just a long way yet, but I'm getting there. Aflatoxin B1, AFB1, is the most hepatotoxic carcinogen and also the most common in food in peanuts and all grains. And by the way, in regards of cancer, that we have the Danish food thing and all that, and they talk about on their website, the official website, that mycotoxins can, if you ingest mycotoxins over a longer period, you can get cancer. Oh, you can actually get cancer for ingesting mycotoxins or fungus poison in the food. Oh, really? And they say and other things, So they don't really they don't put out. They just put cancer there, like it was not bad enough, but they don't really spill out the rest, Maybe it could be in regards of diabetes, maybe, and problem in regards of the brain and so forth. Actually many things, because there seems to be these toxin seems to be able to, destroy us on so many levels. So in peanuts and all grains, I do wonder because I don't remember ever having problems with peanuts, with eating peanuts. I absolutely have problems with popcorn. Popcorn is absolutely no go. That just, in regards of my, what shall we say, my private parts, in regards of, telling me something is, popcorn is absolutely just it's really bad. Really, really, really bad. Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the sugar or if it's because there might be mycotoxins or if whatever, but it's not really. And I really love popcorn. I really love digging my hands into popcorn and eating them, right? But it just doesn't really. It just seems to make things a lot worse. I don't know why. I don't know what the alternative would be, but yeah, it's it's one of these food sources that you just it's an enjoyable thing. But of course, in regards to gloves, now I just have a bucket of gloves at the moment standing beside me on the table, and it's a little like popcorn. It doesn't taste like popcorn, but it's just you have putting your. It's a little like it's not the same thing, I know, but a little like that. It's an alternative. And probably also a lot more healthy because, as I understand, there's a huge amount of antioxidants in there against radicals and all that, and it's antifungal, and it's yeah. I think also it's what is it called, antimicrobial, so it's against bacteria as well, and I don't know about virus, probably also virus. I don't know, but anyway, they're tasting pretty good, and of course I would guess that people could smell that you're eating a lot of these, like when you're taking what is it called? Peppermint? No, is it called peppermint? That's probably called peppermint. The mint thing. Oh, that's wonderful. It really gives you a suck in when you take some essential oils of that. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that. Instead of just buying these sweet thing, whatever. Anyway, let's get back to it. Aflatoxins B1, AFB1, is the most hepatotoxic carcinogen and also the most common in food, in peanuts and all grains. Fungal infection can mimic many cancers, including lung cancer and skin cancer. The mycotoxin, aflatoxin B1, the fungal poison again. It's just, the problem is when these white coat, people use these, all these advanced words, it's just, it doesn't make it easy for, it's like a secret language that they're speaking, so the people don't understand what is actually going on and what it actually says, it's just stupid because they don't need to do that. The mycotoxin, the fungus poison, wasn't that easy. The fungus poison, aflatoxin B1, is known to cause P53 mutations. Was that so hard? Fungal poison, but apparently it is because anyway, P53 gene is known to protect us from cancer. I just hate Latin. That's just the way. Yeah, I hate Latin numbers. I hate Latin words, and every time I cannot do that, not go that route, I just try to. But the problem is, if you want to be able to read these documents and things and that, you need to know and get some more understanding of these words so you can decipher what they're saying. If you want to be able to understand what information is in Morse code, you need to learn the Morse codes to extract the information, right? Anyway, and decipher it. So anyway, P53 gene is known to protect us from cancer proliferation. The damage to P53 allows cells with damaged DNA to proliferate. A P53 mutation is identified in over 50% of all human cancers. So the fungus poison, aflatoxin B1, which I think actually comes from mold, one of the molds, what was it called? He doesn't really write that. I think it comes from the mold Abigilius or something like that. I might be wrong. There's different variations of the, but that's like one mold is like 90% of these kinds of Abigilius, you know, and I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, aflatoxin B1 is known to cause P53 mutations. P53 gene is known to protect us from cancer proliferation. The damage to P53 allows cells with damaged DNA to proliferate. The P53 mutation is identified in over 50% of all human cancers. Oh, really? Really? So cancer couldn't be a fungus problem, could it? Anyway, what is the cause? What is the cause? Not is what is the symptom. No, what is the cause? Let's go to the cause and not the symptom. What is the cause? Let's see. Mycotoxins can also damage and induce cancer genetic mutations at CMYC, NRAS, and CKRAS gene. Apparently, I don't know much in regards to genes and the DNA, and I don't think it's actually that complicated. You know, of course it's advanced and so forward, but I think a lot of these scientists or researchers, whatever, they make it a lot harder than it needs to be. That's the thing I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's not, because it is complex and so forward, but I think they are making it a lot harder for people to understand than it actually is. You know, I like the 4th grade level, you know, be able to understand it as a child. You know, when you're researching something and it seems very, very complicated and you figure out, even you find out, you know, when you're done, that it's actually not that complicated, you know. It's just because they seem to make it so complicated, you know. I don't know why they do it, but this just seems to yeah. Anyway, fungal spores can survive phagocytosis of white blood cells by a thick viscous capsule. I do wonder if that's in regards of the what is it called? There's other names for it. Yeah, I guess in regards to the shield, but that was another name for it. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, so the fungal spores can survive phagocytosis. If I remember correctly, that is in regards of being eaten by white blood cells, and as I understand it, they can actually destroy white blood cells. That's pretty. What is called that when you know, if they can kill the white blood cells that actually needs to defend us, that's really bad, you know. Apparently I don't find the right word here, but that's really bad. So phagocytosis is the process in which the phagocytes engulf and they digest microorganisms and cellular debris in an important defense against infection. Yeah. So if the fungi can just destroy those, you know, and actually destroy our white, I guess they call white blood cells or something like that, you know, our immune system. If they can just destroy and make havoc to the immune system, and this is just one, you know, there are so many ways of diabolical ways that the fungi can attack us. Oh, I'm feeling bad. It's wavering a little, you know, so then I feel like, oh, it's actually okay, and then, oh, I guess it might be all these, yeah, anyway. Now the other guy had like 5 days of you know, so let's see how long it will take me to get over. So fungal spores can survive phagocytosis of white blood cells by a thick viscous. I'm not. Let's see how you actually say that. Viscous, apparently. Having a relative high resistance to flow, thick, whatever, anyway. Let's see here. And that's also said if you have a low pH yogurt, that is actually said to help to remove this, you know, from yeah, but I still have some problems with regards of the teeth and all. I really need to get some chicken feet and incorporate them in my food with the meat and with some good meat that like oxtail or something like that hopefully would actually help on my joints and my and my teeth maybe. I don't know if it's actually using these things for the teeth. But there are different things that one can do for the teeth as well. Now, of course, milk, real raw milk that, where the cows have grass fed and so forward, is actually also said to help against tooth, holes in the tooth and all that. That you can actually cure them. You can actually cure the holes in the tooth. The dentist, of course, never told you about that. But as I understand it, you can actually cure it with the right kind of nutrition. But of course, we destroy our it's quantity before quality. And with, it's just stupidity. So a lot of these things in society of sicknesses, we can actually fix. We're going to fix them on so many levels, and thereby we don't use so much time and so many resources on actually fixing them, and we can be healthy and read the Bible and find out who the Antichrist is. Now, of course, the Antichrist don't want us to read the Bible because we might figure out who the Antichrist is. It's the Pope, okay? The so-called Pope. That's the Antichrist. That's the man of the number 666. So that's the Roman Emperor, the Roman Caesar, the Triune Tyrant, the Pontifex Maximus, the High Pagan Priest, okay? So the beast of the number 666 is the office and great toilet seat of of the papacy. That's pretty much the Antichrist. So now I just had to put it in there because every single Protestant knew that in the past. But now the people are singing love songs and rounding around the Antichrist, who thinks himself the ruler of the entire world in both political, that would be temporal and civil power, and in spiritual powers. Yeah, he sets him up as the father of kings and princes and blah 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 bullshit, Anyway, he will be destroyed when Yeshua returns. Or Jesus, as many knows him as. But anyway. So fungal spores can survive phagocytosis of white blood cells by a thick viscous capsule. Paradoxically, white blood cells might protect the fungus from other defenses of the host and are instrumental for the spread of cancer fungal cells. That was some of the things that Doc Kaufman is talking about. And in regards of this, I've probably seen it because I think Doc also fixed it on the internet. This what was it called? This lecture. He did the lecture on the internet as well for the people, and he's explaining himself, and it's very nice. So awesome information that he's putting it out there for the people, because the doctors are not really going to apparently do much. As long as they get that paycheck of bloody money, that seems to be good. Many of them anyway. There seems to be some that actually figure out that the system is utterly corrupt, and they won't go along with that. But of course, they can be, the license can be taken from them very quickly, right? So, and then the money goes away and blah blah, and whatever. Anyway, so paradoxically, white blood cells might protect the fungus from other defenses of the host and are instrumental for the spread of cancer fungal cells, ultimately assisting in the metastasis to other organs in the body, and there's another word in regards of metastasis. Moving from one place to another place of the body. I do wonder if that was actually what happened to me in regards of having this round thing under my rib that exploded. I do wonder if that was a kind of metastasis, to my breast, because it moved from one place to another place. And I was eating bad food at that point as well. But there's another word when you're talking about fungus. But anyway, I can't remember it. But most well-known mycotoxins, fungus poisons, are aflatoxins, atratoxins, fomonicin, diosinivalenol, and Ciaralendons. These grains, these grain mycotoxins, fungus poison, will glow green under ultraviolet black light. Pathologist, that's a person that, as I understand it, research the causes of sicknesses. If I remember correctly, let's look it up and see if we get that right. A doctor who specializes in medical diagnosis. Yeah, well, okay. Magdalia Arnen, MD. I'm not sure what MD actually stands for. Medical doctor or something like that. Maybe. Describes green granules glowing within human cancer cells when exposed to ultraviolet black light. So finding fungus maybe also in the body in regards of cancer cells, So fungus molds and mycotoxin, fungus poison, it's actually fungus mold and their poisons not only cause genetic mutations, genetic mutations, but also promote genetic fusion. Karagami, the final step in the process of fusing together two haploid DNA of the human and fungal cell. And again, these different books that I'm reading in regards of fungus, there's this haploid and there's another thing, and I still haven't the grasp of what it exactly is. And I don't have the exact in regards to, actually I have two DVDs in regards from scientists that talks about DNA and all that, and I should probably see them again and get some more feedback, because I think one of them talks about genes and all that. Anyway, actually very, very good, actually, these lectures from, this is the Creation magazine, but I haven't really bought the magazine as such, but I really should actually, in some sense, to support them at least, because they are, I don't know of that many that actually, and they use the right words. They use words that you would like to have in your own, vocabulary, When you're reading science magazines, from Denmark, for example, or many other places, they usually mix it with evolution, which is paganism. And it's just nice in regards to the Creation magazine. It just doesn't have that bullshit, I think it's called Creation. Let's see, I have some of the folders from them here. It calls Question Evolution, 15 Questions for Evolutionists. Let's see. Yeah, creation.com. Creation.com have a lot, and they have this magazine and all that. And again, I should probably, and actually 2 magazines wouldn't be bad, because then you could give the second magazine to someone, or lay it someplace for someone or whatever, or whatever place, for reading. Because there can be pretty interesting things in it, and you don't have this evolution crap in the magazine itself. So it's nice, and using some great words, that it's nice to pick up on. So that would be something that I would be further interested in, of course. But the thing is, there's so many things to study and learn and get together, and at the moment I'm trying to fix my health here, so of course I've been at it at 19 years on off. Sometimes you end up giving up, and you just you have to live life as well, right? You cannot just use but something is wrong, so when you give it off and say, well, let's just live a life a little. And then you're thinking that I can't live with this, I have to figure out, and then you get on again and give it another punch and all that. So again, on, off, and now I'm on again, giving it a punch again and trying to, get things, pull through, If I can just pull through and know what I can eat and what I can't eat, and just, get over the bump and actually begin in the right, progression, that's would be nice. Anyway, so at least I've got symptoms and all that, and I was, from the I think actually might actually be very early on maybe that I thought about it being fungus. I don't know. No, maybe it took me some years to actually figure that out. Maybe a little. At some point, I figured out, yeah, it's a problem. So don't give me that bullshit. Again, there's a lot of liars and a lot of yeah. Anyway, and deceptions and so fungus molds and poison and their poisons not only cause genetic mutations but also promote genetic fusion, carrigamy. Apparently that's what it's called, I guess. Let's see if we can find it in the nope. Let's see in the medical thing here if there's any word that I don't know why these programs just go to the word at the instant. It can be done because the dictionary that I usually use does have it, right? So, you just copy the word and then you go into the program and there it is, it pops up, right? If it has it. But anyway, I just think it's stupid that they could just have made one program in regards of then installing these different dictionaries and having them in one program where you could search and all that. Why make it make it easy for the user? But of course, I guess they're interested in earning money instead of actually. Anyway, karyogamy, fusion of the nuclear of two cells as occurs in fertilization or through conjunction. Oh, it's like a gamos. It's like a marriage. Okay. Like if I, for example, say copy that, but apparently why does it say copy all? I just want to copy this. Oh, give me a break. I can't copy a word? Is that what you're saying? Copy, no, that's copy all, right? Can copy all? Give me a break. If this, okay, copy all, or copy, maybe that's, okay, maybe that's only, yeah, okay, so, okay, it's okay, it was okay. The state of being joined together. Conjugation, okay, so it's like a marriage, I guess. Fusion of the nuclear of two cells as occurs in the fertilization. That's in regards to conception at the beginning of life. Or through that's one of the things that, Doc has of problems. He's calling it a fetus. It's not a fetus, it's a child, Oh, well, that's one other thing I have of issues. But anyway. But he's providing a huge amount of good information on fungus, so can't take him, can't rebuke him on that. That's for sure. But the other things, that's not true. We have to be aware and discern what is bad and what is good. The mixing of paganism into things is just it's a trick of the devil. He sucks you in with truth, and then you are not aware of the falsehood that is being promoted, The final step in the process of fusing together two haploid DNA of the human and fungal cells. Fungus and their poisons can promote human cancers by integrating their DNA into human cells like viruses. Oh yeah, when you see how viruses works and all that, how they inject something in a cell and then they use apparently the cell to replicate itself and make more of the virus, and then it annihilates the cell. Anyway, the Epstein-Barr virus, papilloma viruses, and hepatitis B and C virus have been known to promote human cancers by integrating that DNA into human cells. So, and apparently also some uses viruses for helping people. Apparently, some countries do that. So I actually also have a computer game that seems to again I have like 3 microbiology games, and every one of these 3 is not finished. It's just a half finished job. And that's sad. So Yeah, actually maybe four actually, because the card game might, there seems to be able to have some. And of course, in regards to the mobile programs that I've had, a lot of these games are just half finished games. They're not, they're just half, they're half baked. Yeah, that was two games there. That was just bad. And actually, I still have them, at least one of them installed, I think. Let's see here. This one. This is half baked. This is, it's more looking like more like a real game in some sense, but still, it could absolutely have. But they called it light version as well, so I guess that's okay. This one really would have needed some more fixing on it, and the other one they made as well. Then I have one on the computer that never took off. They just made a trial version of it, and apparently the kickstart didn't work out for them to then move on and make more levels and make the game and all that. And then I have a shooting game, but that's actually, and then I have one more game on the computer that I still have some levels that I haven't looked into. And there's another game that might be interesting to just know a little more and getting more accustomed to the things in the body and all that. But anyway, Immune Quest is the game that I still that you have. You're controlling the immune system against bacteria mostly, as far as I can see. But I've only played the first 3 levels. But again, they stopped production of it, so they never finished the game. They just finished some of the levels. And I had a shooting game that actually was pretty good in some sense, where you have different kinds of antibiotics as weapons. So they use words that I think they use words that is standard for antibiotics, and then they have bacteria, viruses, and fungus, and the different names, of these, so you get a little more accustomed to these things. And the different ways of the weapons are based on different ways that they use, in their practice, So, but sadly, it seems like that didn't take, didn't really, he stopped making it on it. It seems, seems like he stopped. Yeah. So a huge amount of these microbiology games tend to fail. It's very sad, because again, if you can help learning progress and all that, that would be nice, right? But anyway, again, I have one other game, but again, you need to pay a little for it and all that. Actually, I guess you can get it free if you don't want to pay for it. I'm not entirely sure if you can just, because it's like a donating thing, or you give whatever you want. Not donating, but give whatever you want for the game. That's the idea of it. It's an older game, but I actually think that actually might be finished game. I haven't looked at it, as of yet, but I still have one game on the computer that I would need to look into, and that you get information in regards to the immune system and how it works and this and that. I think it's in regards of higher the idea was to in regards of higher education. I think I'm not or if people that are interested in these things. So you do some reading and you have some questions, like a trivia thing. And if you answer correctly, you will get a free turn, for example, is one of the things. It's kind of a strategy game, in some sense. So, yeah. Anyway. So, strategy game with a trivia incorporated with, questions of, things in regards to the immune system. That's pretty, it's nice, It's just to get the things, get the words, get some substance in regards of what it is, get it into you, and so you begin to understand more and more. So it can help you when you're reading science articles and figuring out what is going on, and deciphering the biggie words and all that. So it becomes more and more normal. So you have less and less words that you have problems with, right? So you can easier read. Yeah, but it's incredible to see how many games are just never get finished. Of these biology games, it's just incredible. Yeah, but yeah, I have to try the other. I'm not sure what that was called, but I have to try it at some point. I think they actually might had finished that game. But it's very bad graphic and all. I don't really care about that. I have an old computer anyway. But the idea is to learn. That's the idea of it. It seems you're traveling inside your body and all that and doing things in that game. So, yeah. So, I guess in the future there will probably come games that, the thing is we can make games that you can learn things off and still having the play factor, what's it called, the fun factor in it. And if you have the fun factor and you learn things and all that, you will be much more intrigued to go on, and you're having fun at the same time. So it doesn't, and when you're having fun while doing it, it seems to be going so much easier to learn, right? Anyway, same thing with musical things and all that. You can, there's many options for making great programs for learning and learning history, learning music at the same time, and having fun. Having a game that is fun as well. So anyway, there's so many, and learning the Bible. Yeah, the Bible, history, regards of playing an instrument, and still having the fun factor in a game. I think that's possible. But apparently, many of the games that exist today is just, games of, I guess, stupidity in some sense. Anyway, fungus mold and mycotoxins not only cause genetic mutations but also promote genetic fusion. Carrigamete, the final step in the process of fusing together two haploid DNA of the human and fungal cells. Fungus and mycotoxins can promote human cancers, and again, fungus and their toxins can promote human cancers by integrating that DNA into human cells like viruses. The Epstein-Barr virus, papilloma viruses, and hepatitis B and C virus have been known to promote human cancers by integrating that DNA into human cells. Johns Hopkins Medical School in 2007 published in the American Cancer Control, ACS, Chemical Biology, and as I understand it, bio is in regards of life, and I guess in regards of the study of life, in regards of biology. And then you have microbiology in regards of small life, the science that studies living organism, yes. And micro, of course, is the small ones. And anyway, chemical biology. That fungal drugs like itraconazole, and itraconazole is the same as Sporanox. And let's just turn this fan off because that's really annoying. So Sporanox is itraconazole and can stop cancer from metastasizing by inhibiting angiogenesis. And again, we have one of these big words. Genesis is in regards to the beginning, right? But I'm not sure in regards of the formation of new blood cells. Okay. So by inhibiting angiogenesis and a slow tumor growth, scientists at the German Cancer Research Center have discovered that the antifungal drug crisofulvin, I still have issues in how to actually pronounce that, crisofulvin, forces cancer cells into death. Identification of crisofulvin as an inhibitor of chondrosome clustering in the phenotype-based screen, Cancer Research July 1, 2007 in the Roman calendar. No inhibitor of the central, okay, let's see, small region of cytoplasm adjacent to the nucleus contains the centrioles and serves to organize the microtubulus.
Centrosome.
That's a good amount of words. That's just flying totally over my head. And clustering. Let's see, clustering. A grouping of a number of similar things. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, that was not back. Back. There we go. Also, fungal molds and mycotoxins related problems are often detected at the allergy immunology point during evaluation of the acupuncture meridian assessment. It seems like we're going into some paganism here in regards of acupuncture meridian assessment. I would be careful at least in regards of this meridian thing. Is it, that seems to go into the spiritual thing of things. Being or maybe they're using it differently. But in regards of acupuncture and all that, where they put these needles in regards of, I think that's in regards to the meridians, where they, have these so-called energy points, they say, and so I would be careful about that. Again, Roman papists don't have any problem mixing paganism into, because Roman Catholicism is paganism. So they don't have any problem of swallowing other pagan things up, because it is paganism. So yeah. Anyway, the so-called Pope is the head of paganism. So anyway. Parasites and fungus evolve and often coexist together. When using anti-parasite medication and antifungal medication, I've observed the stabilization of tumor growth and sometimes spontaneous remission, which I call accidental cure. So this is Dr. Simon Yo, MD, I guess medical doctor, is a board certified internist, specialized in internal medicine. Okay. He practices internal medicine with an emphasis on alternative medicine to use the best each has to offer. At least, natural things would be nice. For more articles and information about alternative medicine, as well as patient success histories, and Dr. Yu's revolutionary health book, Accidental Cure, Extraordinary Medicine for Extraordinary Patients, visit his website at preventionandhealing.com or call Prevention and Healing. And we have, I'm not sure, ENC, whatever. The phone number. You can also attend a freely monthly presentation and discussion by Dr. Yu on alternative medicine at his office on the second Tuesday each month at 6:30 p.m. Call to verify the date. Seating is limited. Arrive early. So it's apparently free. That's pretty nice. Every monthly. This entry was posted on Friday, September the 13th, 2016 at 5:39 p.m. and is filed under October 2006 and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's great. So we went through the article, which I think was pretty great, and it also mentioned dog. So that's awesome. Fungus, Mold, and Mycotoxins, International Mycotoxin Summit 2016 in Dallas. Great. So, so I'm actually not feeling that bad at the moment, but I am kind of not totally hungry, but I could eat a little more cow. So just a little bit, or maybe an avocado with some garlic on. I'll just take some more meat, take it out at least, and then it's ready to get on the pan and fix it. Also have some root something, which I can't remember what it's called, but it's also said to be antifungal. You can get coconut milk on what is it called, these things? There's not that much sugar in those. 0.4 sugar per 100 milliliters. So, compared to a soda pop and all that, and beer and all that, the coconut is said to be antifungal. So, a much better choice. And some of them, they taste differently. Different coconut. What are they called in English? I don't know what they're called in English. Let's see what they're called in English. There we go. I know the Danish word. Let's see here. Let's see if it wants to go back. And okay, let's see here. Can. Oh yeah, can. So you can get coconut milk on different cans, and you have to be aware that just because you try one doesn't mean it's bad. There's so much difference on these taste wise and how fluently they are and so forward and all that. And of course you don't want the non-fat. You want the one with fat. But there's so much difference. So just because you buy one and it's not good, or if you don't think it's good and all that, try to buy some different ones and see, if you want some alternative to drinking, a soda or beer or whatever. That would it's said to be antifungal. So if you want some coconut into you, and doesn't have that much sugar in it, so it's daisy. Yeah, because coconut fat. I hate coconut fat. It's just it just doesn't taste good to me. But the cans are pretty good. Some of them are pretty good. I've seen you can also get them in cardboard square cardboards. But you had the one that actually was pretty good. I found out it was halal certified, and I don't want anything halal certified. Now, I don't know if they did something to it and all that in regards to prayer, and it seems that anyway, usually it's just only meat sacrificed to false gods. But if we look at Daniel, he kept away from both the wine and the king's food. So just being precautious, if they say that they are doing something in regards of halal and all that, I'm off. I'm pretty much done with that. So just be aware of that. I don't know how many problems you have other places, but in Denmark apparently we're just Mohammedanizing the country. I don't know what we're doing at the moment. It seems like the whole world has just gone total nutcase. It's interesting to import, Mohammedans and not actually, if anyone should have any help, I think the Christians that are slaughtered by this religion of peace would be a good thing to actually, help, But no, we are importing the religion of peace, that like to chop. I don't know, it's just stupid, I don't know what of course, I guess the people, the powers to be, want more conflict, and they probably will get it, as usual. Some believe they actually want us to, that they want, the leaders, the powers to be wants to cast us into a third world war, in regards of, I don't know. There's two choices. Either they want to destroy the West by the Mohammedans, or they will try to make war. We're already these stupidities crusades in the Middle East. It's just stupid, Of course, the Antichrist wants complete and full control, so things will go on until he gets that. And now the Protestants are pretty much not Protestants anymore because they have no idea who they protested against anymore, which of course was the Pope, the unholy faker, that calls himself with the blasphemous title of Holy Father. Well, there's only one Father according to Jesus, or Yeshua. That's the one in heaven. Oops. That was in regards of Facebook. That was in regards of she was part of the meat diet and all that. So trim up, but that's trying to not in regards of too much information. You can actually have your video removed if you have. I remember I had one of these guys that actually what is it called? What's it called? I had one of these guys that he ended up getting my video deleted. I think he reported my video because apparently you're not allowed to put names in your videos. I don't understand. If you're putting information out on the internet, why can't you? If I'm talking about someone, why am I not allowed to use his name? I don't understand that. It's just bullshit. Anyway, that was in regards to feminism and all that. So anyway, that's great. Candida albicans, mycophage. Let's see here. That was in regards of the Candida albicans mycophage from the University of Kufa. And again, we have the name here. So again, apparently one have to be careful in regards of, because YouTube is just outrageous. So you're not allowed to use a name. If someone actually talks about me, they would need to use my name, right, to actually talk about me, right? Just whatever. So, talking about, I like to know if the virus mycophage attack Candida albicans. Any suggestion or information will be appreciated. Hello, Pseudomonas phage can inhibit Candida albicans. See attached info. Hope this info will help you. Good luck. And that's information that would be interesting to look on, but at the moment, it's still itchy. Oh, the itch. It would be so nice to have it stopped. If I can just, I need to get on and see if I can, write some things and, get that diflucan. Get a source that wants to sell me some diflucan. And let me try it out. It would be so awesome if it worked. And again, if the itch stops, if the dandruff stops, if the eye floaters disappears, well, it's because it's a fungus issue, all right? If it works. Yeah, so I'll have to see. Anyway, have a good one. May Jehovah bless you. May Yeshua be that most precious pearl, and don't let go of him when you find him. And because the devil will try to take him away from you. And may the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, be in us all. Amen. Have a good one. Bye-bye.